Hi, my name is Franklin, and I am here with,
Rebecca Holmes.
Barbara Campbell.
and we are going to be some of the speakers at this marketing class at Northeast Tech called Crafting Facebook Business Posts People Love. And I really wanted Rebecca and Barbara to be here because they were sharing with me on Facebook a long time ago what they liked about my Facebook post. And I think that it'll be interesting for them to share their thoughts because it'll be kind of like a focus group in one sense of why do they like these Facebook business posts. And I just really want to ask them questions like what got y'all to come here right now and where are y'all from?
All right. Well, I am from Denver, Colorado, and I'm here for you,
Wow.
Franklin. um, I joined the Grove Community Connection, and I was just very drawn to your postings that they were very positive and lifting up local community businesses. And I want to be a part of whatever you're doing to promote them.
Well, I'm really thankful for you coming, literally coming all the way from Colorado. And we had lunch on Sunday, and it was a really fun conversation. And I'm really looking forward to what you will be sharing in the class that's going to come up. And what about you, Barbara? Where are you from, and why did you come to Northeast Tech to be a speaker today?
Well, I am in Bernice, Oklahoma right now and new here. And I came here obviously because you invited me and I wanted to share with the community and you, especially because if we're looking at it from a marketing standpoint, I am definitely a customer. And so I can put some things in for you, hopefully, that
Okay.
you'll be able to utilize in your business.
Well, thank you so much for that. And I think that's really interesting. I didn't know exactly where y'all were when I asked you. Okay, go ahead,
I'm
Barbara.
sorry,
What?
I forgot to say, I'm from Florida.
You're from Florida? Oh, cool.
Yay!
That's nice.
We just moved here about a
Wow.
year and a half ago, and we were living in Arkansas for a little bit. We had gone up to stay with some friends, and we had some things happen in our lives, and we ended up in Bernice, Oklahoma, and we love it so much. We're not leaving Oklahoma.
Okay. Well, that's really cool. I mean, I'm from Florida too, and definitely thinking about Florida right now with the
Yes.
hurricane. I want
Mhm.
to pray
My
for
family's
them
yes.
during this time, Hurricane Milton. But I think that's really interesting. I asked a question on Facebook I believe in May of 2024, I asked, I've been experimenting with local businesses, promoting local businesses of my choosing for over a year on Facebook. What do you like most about my post or something like that? And both of y'all gave some of the most detailed responses to that. And I had no idea where you were from and where you were looking at this, but it's interesting that both of you do not live in Grove, but you are active on the Grove, Oklahoma Community Connection Facebook group. And so I guess one of the questions like what drew you to that group and then what specifically have you liked about the content? I know you shared a little bit, Rebecca, but can you tell more and then Barbara as well?
Sure. So I joined the Grove Community Connection in 2020. We bought a house over on Monkey Island, and we're here about 1 week a month. My goal is in 8 months I'm going to be here full time.
All right.
So I'm working on it, but really my intention was to get connected to the community. I wanted leaving Denver because I want to be part of a smaller town and be more connected and contribute and part of something. And so getting connected to the community was the most important thing. And the Grove Community Connection page is just so positive. Like their philosophy of positivity, it just embodies everything that I wanted from a small community. So that connected me to it. I know I'm not exactly in Grove, but this is probably the biggest town close to where we are. And I just found everything I wanted there. And then watching your posts, I was like, this guy is lifting up the community, and that's what I want to be a part of. And so it helps me stay connected when I'm far away. Being in Denver, I still know what's going on. I know when the community needs something. I know when there's something going on. But I also have been learning so much about local businesses. As I mentioned to you, when I come out here, I can go to a local business instead of hitting the dollar store or Walmart. I know where to go, and I didn't have to spend a ton of time like figuring out where the local shops are. you laid it all out for me.
And I just wanted to follow up one question with you, and that will get to you, Barbara, as well. Is where do you first go to find information about local businesses and grow?
The first place I go is the Grove Community Connection because
Okay.
it has everything I need, and there aren't a lot of other resources that I'm aware of. I haven't sought much out because everything I need is just right there.
Yeah, and I think one other thing you said in our conversation together previously is that people are coming to grow.
Mm-hmm.
We have people that are maybe not here all the time, like
Mm-hmm.
you,
Yep.
but they would willingly put money in local businesses, but they're not sometimes familiar with them, so
Yep.
they just go to something more familiar.
Yep.
But so that brings up the point of really putting the business, really allowing people to be familiar with it.
Absolutely.
All right, and there's a way to do that too. I mean, we're going to talk about that in the class as well because I don't think you just want a business to say buy from me.
Right.
Buy from me, buy from me. Everybody needs to buy from me. Buy from me, buy from me, buy from me. Everybody needs to buy from me. Those are not maybe the posts that really resonate with you,
Mm-hmm.
but it's something different. But we can maybe go back to that. But okay, Barbara, what brought you to go onto the Grove Community Connection Facebook page, and why have you liked some of the posts that I've done?
Well, the reason I started looking around Grove, because when we moved here to Bernice, Grove was the closest city. Yeah. and so we actually started working out of Grove, and that's how I just immediately went into Grove because I felt like we were a part of this community immediately. We went to a restaurant local, we just fell in love with the people. We go there for breakfast every other day. I mean, it's this kind of town where you can
Mhm.
do that, and we love it so much. So if I want something and I don't see something, I might pull something up near me.
Mm,
You know, it's not it's not always efficient anymore.
mm,
There's just so much information, and so I look for Grove Community Facebook immediately, and
mm,
I ask a question and I got some beautiful answers. That's all there is to it.
Mhm.
Everybody that was on that site was so helpful, and
mm.
you know just shared so much information for anything I ever asked for help with. I felt like I had a family.
Wow.
Yeah. And
So both of you are talking about community, but go ahead. I'm sorry, I don't want to cut you
yeah,
off.
no, I'm good. I've
Well, okay, so both of you were attracted not just by the information, but more of the values of the group as well, because you're looking for community, you're looking for people that are helpful. And I know Rebecca, you're talking about you like the positivity. And then Barbara, what do you have you like specifically about posts I've done on Facebook?
Well, you when you go into the businesses, I was just watching you because I saw you and I decided to see what you were about because it was new when I think you had just started putting things when I moved into the Grove last year. It may not
Yeah,
have been the start of it, but I
yeah.
felt like it might have been.
Mhm.
And I was watching you just because I was interested, and I have to agree that I'm drawn to you on Facebook because you have a beautiful spirit, and I saw that and I see that in the community too.
Mhm.
And so if you're in a store telling me that they have some stuff I don't need, but you're also showing me around that store, and I found a clothing store that I want to go shop at just because
Mhm.
I didn't think they had the stuff I wanted because I had an opinion about it.
Mhm.
So that's another way that you affect a whole different demographic, maybe,
Mhm.
because now I'm going into where I thought was just urban, type clothes, and find out that they have some nice things in there that I can use. And so I'm looking necessarily in at you, and then I'm finding other places I didn't know I needed to know about.
Right.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
So you like when you're on Facebook, again, you're not just wanting the buy from me, and even if I'm talking about sales and all of that, but you're looking for like an experience as well. Like, and so I think that's what you're saying. You like the experience of going through different stores through what I'm sharing and things like that, right?
Yes.
And okay, do you have anything else you want to add,
Yeah,
Rebecca?
I think, and this is something that we talked about at lunch, was that you break down the barrier. Once I see the video, I know what to expect when I go in the store. And I sometimes a little uncomfortable going into a new place by myself for the first time. And it doesn't feel like the first time. And I think that's a lot of why people are drawn to things they're familiar with. Starbucks, Comfort Inn, Walmart. You know what you're getting, where to find things, all of that. And by having the video, I know, like, where's the front door? Sometimes that's like,
Yes.
it's stupid but scary. And I go in and, like, knowing that I pay the cashier versus, waiting at a table for dinner. Just it's the little nuances. It makes it safe and comfortable. And so while, like, and like going into Moody Bins, I would have never thought to go into Moody Bins. I didn't even know what it was, but I'm like, now I gotta check this place out because I'm curious. But making it comfortable and creating the curiosity is really helpful.
Okay, I guess now Mooney Benz is one of my sponsors, and the interesting thing is we're testing out mics that I was able to use from Mooney Benz, and so and actually we have three mics. But anyway, that's another thing, another story. But but yeah, I think I'm really thankful for y'all taking up the challenge in one sense. We're doing this together, growing at the same time, putting our feet in the water. But I think that it's to give a lot of value to other people that want to really help their businesses grow as well. I'm really thankful. I mean, I could talk about this by myself in one sense, but I don't think it would be as dynamic as for y'all giving your own experience in your own words. And that's what I can say. I know we have other things to do, but did anybody have any final comments you want to say before we end?
I had one. I was thinking because when I moved over here, we had a business that we were just starting, and this area was a no-go for our business venture, and so that's how we ended up working that Amazon delivering packages. I have a courier business that I'm thinking about getting back up and going because of the stuff in Bonita, different things that are happening where we might be able to use a courier to run stuff back and forth, not necessarily mails or things like that, and money that gets digitally done. But if there's a part or something, those things are on my mind. And then if that happens, then I'm going to want to be able to go, and I already know I'm going to go to you, and I'm going to ask you to help me market my business locally because it's not big at all, and I'm not going to be big, but I need to be big
You're gonna
enough.
be
Well,
mighty.
well, I thank you for that opportunity. And I think that brings up a very interesting point. And one of the points I want to share in talking about how to have craft Facebook posts people love is you need to give more than you take. And so what is really nice about what you're doing is you've come here to share. You didn't even know you were going to be asked to be a speaker when you posted on Facebook. You did, Rebecca didn't know either. I didn't, when I asked that question, I didn't know that Rebecca King from Northeast Tech was going to ask me again to be a speaker. She had asked before, but it was kind of like a tentative ask. But then Northeast Tech opened, and then we had a ribbon cutting, and then she asked me again, and then I knew at that point. I mean, I had kind of thought in the back of my head, if I am asked, I want to ask some other people. But then I went back to see, okay, who do I want to ask? Um, and then I thought about both of y'all as I was looking at the comments. But see, you've come here, and in one sense, your business name, I mean, well, it's not your name, but you're getting out in the community. People are going to see this video. They're going to know, okay, well, you have this up and coming business, but but it's not so much you're doing it for the business, but you're doing that to promote someone else. But that ends up promoting yourself.
Mhm.
And that's kind of how things work. And I think so many times we can be so focused on promoting ourselves that we don't get as much promotion as we could if we really focus on um, giving more than we take. And so that's what I can say. All right. Well, I think we have some more things to do for class. So
Right.
I guess we can do that. Thanks for doing this interview.
Thank you.
Thank you, Franklin.